11,909. So, part 2. So let's continue to talk about pleasure and why it's useless for your self-discipline. Many researchers many researchers show that you have to use some kind of pleasure in order to make reward for your. For example, if you're trying to build a new habit, you can do something, and after that you can allow yourself something like pleasure. You can eat some piece of chocolate or something like that if you did some hard exercises. But actually it's not it's a stupid thing at all. You can understand, if you are able to understand that you needn't any pleasure at all, and this let's call it I don't know, the spice of pleasure. I forget the word. Okay, when you can say that you needn't any pleasure, and when you can think about pleasure as something bad, you can consider it less you can reverse your brain completely. You can say, okay, if I get pain from some activity, it's worth for my growth. If I get pleasure, it means I I can grow. Of course, it shouldn't be so so strong. I mean, there's no necessity to completely overturn. I'm trying to invent some words. Actually, I don't know what does it mean overturn, but I think okay, to turn things upside down. It's possible, and pleasure in this case, you will get pleasure from pain. It's like you need pleasure, and you can live without any pleasure, and you can do everything without pleasure, and you can motivate yourself just by your reason. You can say, okay, I have to do these things, and doesn't matter whether I get pleasure from it or not. I just do it, and that's it. That's it. But it's okay. I think I have to develop this idea further, and at least to think about it by myself a little bit more, because I just decided to talk about this topic, and after that I just turned the camera, and I didn't try to think about it. I just tried to think about it in this this time simultaneously thinking. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't remember exactly where it was, when it was, but I discussed this idea of thinking in the same time, and it's like I'm thinking, I don't know results of my thoughts, I just know that there's a topic and I want to understand this topic a little bit more than I understand it now, and I try to discover this topic by talking about it. And for me, like to talk about pleasure, it's like to try to understand this concept or to conceptualize this idea, because for example, if to consider it from standpoint of experience, I already have this experience when I do almost all my exercise without any kind of pleasure. I don't get any feedback. I just trying to do it because I know that it helps me to develop my English. In this particular case, if to talk about this exercise, when I record myself on the camera and talk with myself to myself 5 minutes, it's very suffer for me to do it every day. I don't get I get a little bit when I watch some videos, and maybe one of 20 or 30 videos I can say, oh, I can appreciate, I can say, oh, it was made with good with good speech and so on. I did it well, but usually I don't like my videos that I record, and I don't like myself, and I don't like to talk to myself. I know that it sounds very stupid, but nevertheless I try to do it, and there's no pleasure. But I in in my case, I just think, okay, I need pleasure. I need something opposite. I need this sense of resistance. I need to pursue my goal, let's say, to learn English, and for that I know that it's useful, it's helpful if I talk to myself every day 5 minutes. I know that it can sound stupid, it doesn't matter. I know that sometimes it's really painful. I just talking to myself, I see how stupid I sound, I see how stupid I look, and I don't prepare myself to look, I know, not stupid. I just sometimes, of course, I do. I can just tell, okay, let's do some like hard dress or something like that. But usually I don't care about this stuff because for me it's mostly natural. I try to talk as well as I can talk with other people, and for me it's like I try to imagine any situation when I meet some people, for example, on the street or maybe somewhere else, and I just need to talk to them, and I try to talk as it's like a real situation. Well, pleasure. Let's come back to the pleasure. Pleasure isn't work. It works, of course, but it's better when you understand this concept. You can use it in order to control your own behavior, in order to control your action, and in order to achieve some goals. Because many times when you set some goal, you just don't, you can't go towards that goal because your brain, your emotions, it just it works against your goal, because you, especially if it's a big goal. For example, you can set a goal to learn English and to talk perfectly, and it's not a goal for a month, for a year. It's a goal for whole your life. You have to understand, if you want to work seriously with language, you have to consider the whole life learning. You will learn English the whole life, and you will